Oh my god. All right. All right, hold on. Just make sure stream is up and
Do a
good.
do a pause before you start the intro so that it's easy for me to cut later.
Okay. Hey everybody, Zuby here, and welcome to another episode of the VCR Gaming Podcast. My name is Matt, and somewhere south by southwest in another castle is my good buddy Matt.
What's up, Matt? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. It's Easter today,
It
and
is.
did the little Easter bunny poop out any eggs for you today?
Yeah, man. The Easter Bunny effed me up, bro. Look at this. I got like dye on my fingers from doing hiding the eggs from the Easter egg hunt earlier
Oh,
today.
you actually dye eggs and all that? I haven't done that in years. Uh-oh, what happened?
And crew dyed them yesterday, but we hid them today.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I saw some of your pictures on Facebook. It looked like you had a bunch of kids. Where was that
mhm.
at?
It's at Melissa's great aunt's house. She does it every year over there. All the family and kids go over there and they do an Easter egg hunt. She got like a really big backyard, so it's kind of a good place for it. But every year I'd get dye on my fingers from touching the sweating eggs that were dyed and trying to hide them. But it was
Yeah.
fun. They had a good time. We had a good time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
What
good.
about you, Matt? How do the Easter Bunny do at your house?
Well, the Easter Bunny actually went to the mall yesterday down in Tampa and brought the kids their presents at the stores that we went to. And then
That's the modern grown up kids way to do Easter. That's the
yeah.
way.
Yeah, so then but then today we actually had a little bit of a cookout. We did because
Nice.
my mom was working this weekend. So normally what we've done in the past is do our thing at our house, then go over there for a dinner or something. But since she's working this weekend, we just hid some eggs around the house outside, and the kids both ran wild.
Gotcha.
Zoe more so than Jazzy.
Ran wild. I like it. That's
Yeah.
about accurate.
Yeah, but it's been a pretty chill day. Cleaned the garage a little bit and then cooked. Oh, dude, I went to Winn-Dixie today, and that was probably a major mistake because I needed propane.
Okay.
And my God, I thought, I mean, here I am thinking, oh, it's not going to be too bad because maybe most people are, at home or whatever. No, my
Sure.
God, it was like Black Friday at Winn-Dixie.
Were they like one of the only ones that was open today?
I guess I don't know. Um,
I
because
don't know if everybody knows, but Winn-Dixie is a grocery store here in the southeast. It's like
yeah,
a IGA or a Piggly Wiggly or something like that.
or a Publix, which I know is
Like
only in the southeast.
southwest, southeast. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but
But
yeah. So that was insane. And then yesterday, finally did my taxes, and I really got to commend you on recommending me the your tax accountant guy.
got you,
Really,
dude.
though I may have to go visit his brother instead of RJ next year because his brother is the Star Trek fanatic.
Yeah. Yeah. They're both really into nerdy shit like us, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, man, it was funny because their sister Yvette was there, and she's the one who actually did our taxes, but RJ was helping and all that. And
Right.
and I don't even know how Star Trek even got mentioned, but she immediately calls up her brother, and her brother gives us a tour of the other office with all the Star Trek stuff and with William Shatner's signatures on the wall and all the little ship figures and all that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they keep it real adult at that office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been going there a few years, man, and I'm glad that you had a good result going there and a good experience. They usually do us pretty good, and they're usually pretty
Yeah.
chill. So, it is in a questionable area of town, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're taking a little risk in that area, but you know,
I mean, it is Tampa. It's like right outside downtown Tampa. So yeah,
where in Tampa isn't sketchy as hell.
yeah,
If it's
that's true.
actually the city of Tampa, it's probably bad. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would say that area looks better than the area where we work at.
Oh my dude, yeah, it's not even close. Like
the
the area,
the area where where I did my taxes is like Beverly Hills, and then the
yeah,
area where or work at is like Compton, I guess.
Compton in like the early '90s, like,
Yeah,
and I'm not kidding, like really, like stabbing,
it's bad.
shootings, theft, like anything you name it, drugs, like all that shit. It's crazy. It is. Like, I hate that shit too. Like, how much do you watch your back when you bring things out to your car or whatever? Like when you have to like load your car up with equipment and go to another site. Like,
It
I'm
it
always worried.
it really depends what time of day, obviously.
That's
And
true. The riffraff isn't up before 1 in the afternoon usually,
yeah,
so you're pretty safe as long
like
as it's before then.
the other week when I had to go in and I arrived there at like 7:30 at night. Granted, it wasn't dark or anything, but of
Yeah,
course I like park as close to the door as I can, and I'm just like, well, shit, and just watching my back because I hate to say it because you have to, because how much shit has happened in that parking lot where we've had to call the cops numerous times
pull
because
camera footage and all
yeah,
that shit. Yeah, man, it's bad. No joke. Like
I
people
I
joke
wish
and
we
we
were
joke
joking
too.
about it.
Yeah, but we're not. Like it's crazy. Dude was like peeing on Brian's car, super fan Brian's car one day, and like we had to call the cops on that guy, and like he wanted to
Yeah,
fight Brian, which was really funny because Brian's like he's really swole, and the kid is like he's like smaller than me, and he goes to push Brian, and he moved back, and Brian didn't budge, and
that's
like the
funny.
kid's demeanor and what he was about to do totally changed. Brian just looked at him like, "Don't do it." It was pretty funny,
I
but yeah,
know.
he peed on Brian's car.
Yeah, that's the caliber of
So
people. I mean, and it's also sad that it's not uncommon that you'll see someone just randomly walking the parking lot and just trying to open every car door.
that's just normal. That's just what you mean 230?
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah, man. And then like the riffraff that works in parts of our company, like who knows what drama they bring around,
Oh my
Oh,
god, yeah.
do you remember the cosplay kids hanging out in our entryway? Were you there?
Oh yeah, I do remember. Oh damn, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that shit was pretty funny. We just had there was no I don't even think there was a convention going on, at least not one that I'm aware of. There was kids just walking around in full-blown cosplay and they're just hanging out in like our entryway of like our business. Like that's just where they were posted up. Like it was okay. Like in the middle of the day on like a Wednesday or some shit. But
Yeah,
we're all just looking
totally
at them like the
normal.
fuck. Yeah, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're far from the convention, bro. Not to mention, like, pretty sure it's a Wednesday. Like, it was a trip, and that
Yeah,
was mild. That wasn't even threatening. That was just weird.
yeah. And oh, there was the one time I think it was like 5 or 6 o'clock. This had to have been a while ago where we had kids climbing the roof and the awning in our front door and all that
Yeah.
shit. trying
Yep.
trying to be like doing like parkour or whatever.
Again, not one of those threatening situations, but just riffraff, man. Just
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I don't know, Matt. You and I were probably pretty rambunctious in our youth as well, so I don't think we have that much room to talk.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it at businesses. I'd do it at churches and shit. I mean, for the day of our Lord and Savior. Um,
The day he has risen, Matt, you bring this up.
yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Forgive me, Father, for I have fucked your shit up.
Forgive me, Father, for I am Zuby.
Yeah.
Thou knoweth my ways.
Yes. Thy kingdom
Shit.
come, thy will be done, Zuby, as it is in heaven.
Zuby as it is in Hades.
Oh man, so what about your weekend, man? You had to have way more entertaining weekend than I had.
Yeah, so I mean we just been pretty busy, man. Just kind of just doing fam shit. Like we had my little niece Mia all day yesterday. We gave the bro and sister some time to themselves. She's like 15 months And she's a handful. She is the cutest thing ever, but man, 15-month-old is like you don't have like if you were by yourself with a 15-month-old, like we had Melissa and I and other family members and shit stop by and stuff like that. But like, and my son, he's really good with her.
Yeah.
But like, if you were like by yourself with a 15-month-old, like how did we make it through that, dude? Like they don't stop.
I'm surprised my kids are alive.
Dude, seriously, like at least like 4 life-threatening like situations, like in like that, you know what I mean? You're like, oh God, like, but anyways, yeah. So we had her all day yesterday. So she was very entertaining, cute as could be. Not quite old enough to really game or anything yet. But yeah. So we did that. Did that. We went to a game store yesterday that's in the Wiregrass Mall. I can't think of the name. Usually okay. It's in a mall, so you're gonna pay top dollar for everything, but they do have good stuff. And they did have a tournament yesterday, although we didn't stay for when it was starting. It was like 20 minutes after it was supposed to start, and they still hadn't started. So we didn't hang around much longer. I think we were kind of getting looked at like we were being weird. The guy that runs the store, he actually had just got in Turbografx, and I tried to buy it, but he had the Turbografx booster pack, which is like lets you hook it up to composite video, and it gives you like save states, like you can save games. And that thing alone goes for like $150. So he didn't want to split them up. He had a fair price, $250 for everything. I just couldn't swing it. I did try to buy the Turbografx, just the Turbografx, and he wasn't having it. And I apologize if I came off a little rude. I was a little just perturbed because he gave me that typical excuse. I was like, are you interested in splitting them up? I was like, I'm really interested in Turbografx. He's like, no, I'm not going to split them up. It's too hard to sell. I was like, the turbo booster is actually pretty rare. And he had already pointed out how much they go for by themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. I was like, the turbo booster is pretty rare. I was like, and they usually go pretty quick. You never see them hang around, and you never see somebody with one, like, ever. I was like, I bet you'd sell it pretty quick. I was like, I'm seriously interested. And he's like, no, he's like, I'm not going to split them up. He's like, $250 is a good price. And I was like, it is. And I just didn't want to, get into it with him because he wasn't going to budge. So if I came off a little rude, I do apologize. I understand where he's coming from, but it really sucked for me. Because
well, I mean, it is all about you anyway, so.
Always, Matt. Don't forget it. No, you know what it is, man, is like I would mod it to output RGB. And most of the games on there, I don't need a save state for. I wouldn't play anything that uses save. So for me, it's kind of pointless to have that anyways. So we did that. I'm trying to think what else we do. We went. Yeah, I guess that's it. Got to pick up while I was there. I'll talk about that shortly. Yeah, man, it's been busy week at work, dude. I kind of was all over the place. It looks like this week's going to be more of the same. I know you've been pretty busy too, man. You've been in meetings like crazy. Yeah. We didn't see each other at all this week, man.
I know, and I don't even want to think about it. I've got more and more meetings this week, especially with what's going on.
You got to start saying no, bro. You got to tell these people you do what you want.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's totally how it works.
Yeah. Dude, you're the manager, okay? You walk into the owners and you say, look here.
Well, now our owners are in California, so yeah, I'll go over to California.
Expense it.
Yeah, I know, right? I got that credit card.
Yeah, company credit card. Expense your trip to tell them, now look here. Where do you get off?
He'll just look at me like, who are you again?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Wait, we just bought a place in Tampa? Where's that?
Tampa?
What is that?
There are a lot of pills there. I don't think we're there.
Yeah, they'll completely. We're basically already old news already.
Yeah, forgotten about.
Just like the new Apple Watch or whatever, dude. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So we went to the International Mall after we did our taxes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and I was just making a funny joke, and the kids were loving it. Like as soon as I pulled into the parking lot of International Mall, I'm like, "Oh, look, kids, we're poor." It's like
look how poor we are.
They could sniff the poorness from us.
People like people like hide their kids as you walk by, and like they shut the gates to the shops. Like, I know how it is, bro. You can't walk through there.
I know, dude. And this has got to be a thing because I have two girls, and I even made like a comment to my wife about this. So there was like some chick that walked by, and it was almost like she wasn't wearing pretty much nothing on top. Just, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, my first thought was like, oh my fucking God, don't you have any decency to like not wear that kind of shit in public and all that? And it's just,
The answer is no.
and it's like, and I'm, it was just so revealing. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, stop this. And I'm just thinking to myself, of course, my two girls, like, they're never, ever going to dress like this. And I'm just...
Whatever you say, Matt.
Yeah, and I'm just, I was pretty perturbed.
Dude, I remember we were there once and we were like, oh, there's a Louis Vuitton store. Like, that's good. You want to see what $5,000, handbags look like, in person. I've only ever saw like the bootleg ones. So we go in there and fucking like literally getting like stank-eyed by the sales associate. And my immediate thought was, and this might be mean, and believe me, I've worked many jobs, I've worked retail, everything, but
yeah,
I'm like, it's just my instant reaction is, okay, you're gonna look at me like I'm a piece of shit, and you can tell I can't afford anything here. Fair enough, I couldn't. But I'm like, you're the one working in here on a Saturday selling handbags.
Yeah,
like,
I'm probably making a little above minimum wage and shit.
Yeah, like you're not that much better than me, dude. Like, come on, So that place is a trip. I mean, I will tell you, I have a great experience every time there. Is the Microsoft store is really cool. Did you go in there?
No, I bypassed it because I went to the Apple store instead and was disappointed.
But you're not Apple. Wait, what? What? Yeah. So don't go to the Apple store. Go to the Windows store. Do the Microsoft store.
Yeah,
awesome.
I ignored it. Well, I want to go to the Apple store just to check it out, and then I'm like, oh look, they have iPhones and iPads, which is basically all they have there. I mean, they have the laptops are really cool, but I'm like, I don't really care about the MacBooks and all that.
Right.
But it's like that's all they have there. Just so many iPhones and iPads, and I'm like, I already have this. I'm bored of it.
You know what else they have at the Apple store? Every single device
Beats.
in there has like MRSA and staff. True story. Look it up. They like somebody went in and like swabbed everything in an Apple store and tested it, and it was like on every surface. Yeah.
Oh no! And I did touch like a few iPads
Everything.
while I was there. Great, I have MRSA now. Fuck.
Dude, it's bad. Like, it scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't touch anything in there anymore. I haven't for like 2 years. I can't. Like, it weirds me out.
Oh, and I played with the iPhone X2 because I really want one, and I can't get one yet. I mean, I could.
It's got to be soon, right? Like, you got to be due.
No, it's like I've fucking checked. I still got to pay so much money to upgrade.
Should we do a PSA for that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like don't let AT&T do you how they did Zuby. Like, when you go to upgrade, it will automatically switch you to a 36 months instead of a 24-month payment plan. You have to switch it back. And like, even in the store, they don't pay attention to that. And so Zuby, instead of being able to upgrade in a year, he has to wait 18 months.
And I told him the day that we got it, like, I want the AT&T 12-month, and the guy just either didn't listen or didn't
switch it. He didn't switch it because when you do it, it changes it. Friggin' pain in the ass.
Yeah, so that was frustrating. So I've been having to wait, and I mean, like, it's not like my phone's a piece of crap or anything. It's just, the ancient Apple elders have to be summoned to even look at it now because it doesn't exist.
The elder, dude.
Yeah.
In like a circle and like do a chant and shit, and they come down.
Yeah, I know.
Steve Jobs fucking has to be awoken.
I know.
What's this, an iPhone 7? Ew. We still make those?
It's the same with your watch and MacBook already.
Yeah, my MacBook isn't even a year old, and like I bring it in there, and they're like, "Ew."
So gross. And your watch is like, "Oh, what is this? Is this vintage? Is this?"
Yeah, I got the original, the OG Apple Watch, and it's like they don't even like even you can still get the first gen, but it's got like an upgraded processor in it. They really don't know like much about it when you go in. It's fucking weird, dude. Like, I I know I come off as like an Apple fanboy, and I am sort of stuck in some of their stuff, but I do use tons of PC shit. I use Microsoft stuff, like I don't think I'm brand loyal to anybody. I just happen to have a lot of Apple stuff, and I kind of don't like the way they do business. But like
Yeah.
it's like I don't like how you get treated in there. I don't like how they don't remember shit. I don't like how weird it is, like when you go in there, like how you get treated. Anyways. We got Total MTG, Total Magic the Gathering in the chat. What's going on? Says they got a.
I just had him on Magic with Zuby last week, so nice of you to join Total. His name is Matt as well too.
No.
Yep.
Oh shit, Matt. This is great. Yeah. This is great. He's saying he's got a place that's like what we're describing, International Mall. It's what is that?
Bicester Village.
Bicester Village. Security guards escort you in nearly every shop. Whoa. So hold on. Quick question. Class question. Do they escort you or everybody? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Are you being picked out? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
no, you're totally being discriminated against.
Yeah, that sounds like a class thing. Like you're getting effed right there. Like,
oh yeah,
that's funny. But I mean, if they could get away with that at International Mall, they probably would.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's no, I mean, we stayed there for about 2 hours. We went to the food court and spent fucking so much money just on food, and it's just I mean, it was a fun time. Kids had some fun time. They got their Easter presents there, and
Nice.
Then we went home, and I passed out at like 5:00.
Because adult.
Yeah.
Because old man life.
Yeah, I need, dude. I savor those naps.
Oh man, a nap. That sounds great. I only slept like 4 hours last night. I could really use a nap. I'm running on coffee right now, Matt. You're not even talking to me. You're talking to coffee right now.
To the levels of caffeine.
Yeah, I'm caffeine embodied in a person right now.
So anything else with you going on?
Just shit we're gonna get into in a second. I'm not drinking anything because I forgot, and that might have been a mistake. I might have to text my wife to bring me a water because I'm starting to get parched.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Just got some purified drinking water. That's about
no
it.
Spring water, right? We're not drinking the dirt this time.
No. I'm drinking that purified cancer water.
That's the good shit, man. That's what we like.
So
being from Florida, man, we don't fuck with that spring water. We know what happens in the springs. We've been there.
Yeah,
Ew.
The fish pee and have sex in them.
Manatees banging and shit. I don't want that. Gross. Yeah. Manatee skeet.
No. I've been to the rivers and the springs. I know what they do in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and announce what we're doing this Friday?
We on the VCR Gaming Podcast have an announcement. Announcement, everybody. Announcement. And this is actually something pretty cool, man. This is something that a couple weeks ago, you and I, we've kind of talked about it a lot, but a couple weeks ago decided to get pretty serious on it. And I went ahead and sent some messages out. And we are going to be doing I don't know if we're going to do it live, but we're going to be podcasting on location at a place called Neverboard Games or Gaming. I'm not sure. Neverboard Games, I believe.
Neverboard Gaming,
sorry, my apologies. And it's at board_never on Twitter. Check them out. They are in Spring Hill, Florida, which is where my co-host Matt lives. And they do Magic. They do video game tournaments, all that kind of stuff. It's sort of like one of those gaming centers or gaming shops that pop up everywhere. Yeah. And they are being so kind as to host the VCR Gaming Podcast this Friday, April the 6th. So about a day after you're hearing this. But we've been posting it out on Twitter, so I'm sure you've already seen it. Yeah. And if you haven't, why are you not following us on Twitter? What the hell? But yeah, so we're going to do a podcast there. We're going to interview the owners, the people that work there, the players. We're going to get a good feel. We're going to check it out. Matt, I know you're already a bit familiar with how things go down there, but we're going to really get deep and bring it to you guys. So this is something we hope that we're going to get to do maybe more at the same location, but also for sure we're going to try to get go to other events and do similar stuff. So could be fun.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be fun. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it live because they use a lot of internet bandwidth for
I'm sure,
their
yeah.
fighting games and stuff, and plus they like to stream their events too.
True.
So we probably won't be able to do it. So it'll just be recorded live. So we won't have a live show next Sunday because this will be our show. And
So if you're upset about that, we apologize, but it will still be out on Thursday. And
it's a
and you guys
special
will check it.
edition.
Yeah. We'll take selfies and post them up. Oh, also we're giving out free handshakes to anybody that wants one. So just bring your Purell and grab that handshake.
That's true. I do need to bring my Purell. Oh my god.
Yes.
No, but no, I'm pretty excited about it. I've talked to the owner a bunch of times, and I talked to him Saturday when I was there to play Magic, and he's pretty excited about it. Just to get more exposure and all that stuff, and plus it helps us too.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. We're really trying to get out into the local community around here. We're already talking about we're going to be at some cons and stuff like that. We'll keep everybody posted, but we are moving full forward with local events and being in person and not just being there, but we're going to podcast. So
yeah,
whether we're there with the portable getup that we have, one way or another, we will be there and we will be talking to y'all. So hit us up. Who knows? You might end up on the show. So yeah, Friday, April 6th, Neverboard Gaming in Spring Hill. Check it out. Should be pretty cool. Yeah. So what else, Matthew?
That's about it. I mean, should we go into what we've been playing? Because mine's really small and short.
Let's do that. Let's go through all that. And go for it, Matt.
So unfortunately, I have not been gaming very much this past week. I've been reading more lately. I've been reading a lot more of
You're fired from VCR Gaming.
I know. I'm terrible, dude. It's just I'm still stuck in that like video game rut where I actually will look at my shelf of games and I'm like, I don't want to play anything right now, and I can't force myself to do it because I picked up the Switch the other day and tried to play Mario Odyssey or Stardew Valley or anything, and just I was bored. Like, I can't do this right now. So,
dude, I know the feeling, man. You get like burnt out on it sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it has to do with because like it felt like from November to January, maybe close to February, I was just on a huge video game kick because I had the Switch, I was playing Zelda, Mario, and I played how many games did I beat during my little Christmas vacation too? I beat like 5 or 6 games.
Oh yeah, dude, you went after it.
And then January came, so I think I'm just in that time period where I'm starting to cool off on games, and then something's gonna happen, like God of War is coming out this month that I'm so excited about that. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Hell yeah.
And so it's gonna start slowly ramping up. But I've only been playing World of Warcraft as usual. Just work. Been playing with my wife. We've been leveling up together, and then been playing one of my other characters, trying to get to level 110, and still pretty excited about the new expansion. But that is about it for me. Haven't really been watching much TV. The only movies I watched were Oceans 12 and 13, and I remembered why those movies were pretty bad when Oceans 11 was, they should have just ended it there.
They really should. It's such a good movie. I love the first one, man.
Yeah, it's not that 12 and 13 weren't bad. It's just when you compare them to 11, they're just not as good.
When I saw 12, like literally I could have wrote that movie in 15 minutes myself. And that's what you got. 13 was a little better, but it felt like it was enough at that point for me.
Yeah, 13 just I don't know, it felt like there were no stakes involved with it.
Right.
Because they're not even really robbing Al Pacino's casino. They're just fucking him over.
Yep.
And it doesn't even feel like a big, job. Like that's why the first movie had a lot of stakes with it, where it felt like, oh my god, if they fail, they die or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, everything to lose. Like, they were going to go to prison. He was going to bankrupt everybody. What's his face? Danny was trying to get Tess back, and that could have ruined the whole thing. It was real, a lot of layers. But yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's an interesting choice of things to watch, Matt. I haven't seen those in a while.
Yeah, I just saw them pop up on Netflix, and I'm like, you know what? I'm bored. I'll watch it.
You do have a pickup, although not gaming related, but I'm looking at it right now, and I must say it's phenomenal.
Oh, my
Matt
mic.
upgraded his mic. You'll notice that there's no hiss this week. Um, did you office space your old mic, or
No, I've still got it because it
it
is
does work?
it works. I'm wondering if the hiss is because of the USB. That's why when I finally get a real sound interface and I can use XLR, I'm gonna wonder if that hiss is gonna go away at
I'm
that point.
interested to see that as well. But Matt has got himself a Yeti, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal, by the way. It looks cool. So congrats on that, dude.
No, thank you. It's it is. I do like it a lot. I like the different like how you were describing to me the different like little ways you can sort of talk into it. How it has different modes for podcasting, singing, interviewing people and all that. It's really
Yep.
neat. I'm almost kind of wishing I got the Pro, but I just wanted a new mic really bad, and I didn't feel like waiting. So I'm gonna be happy with this, but I do still plan on getting even better sound equipment in the future, to where I actually have a sound interface and use XLR and all that. But I'll stick with the Yeti for now.
When you do upgrade to that, like when you go to like a mixer board and XLR everything, like you
Yeah,
can get a little, you can do like a little soundboard or something too, which would be cool to mix stuff in live with the show. So that might be pretty fun. Um, sometimes people ask me kind of like what we use for our setup or whatever, and it's actually quite simple. I'll just let everybody know. USB mics. We both have Yetis now, but any USB mic works. I used to use a lav. I used to use like a little shitty Radio Shack lav. It
yeah.
worked fine. We use that. I record into GarageBand and I edit on there as well on my Mac, and I have even on my old Mac. And Matt, you use Audacity,
Mm-hmm.
and we sync the audio together. It's not really that. We found that that's the best method. We used to use what was that? What was that web-based
Zencaster.
recording that we were using for a little while there? Zencaster, but it'll cut out and drop on you, and it'll desync stuff. So
Yeah,
we
it's
found
gotten really terrible lately.
right. So we just use Skype to just basically we're using Skype right now just to see and talk to each other and provide video for the live feed, but we don't rely on it for anything other than literally the communication. We actually
Yeah.
record directly into our individual tracks and then we merge them together later on. So if anybody's trying to do podcasts out there, like I know that was something that took you and I quite a while to get right, and I'm sure you guys have followed along and heard shit audio and things like that. That's our advice, I guess, is just record that shit if you can individually and mix it in later.
Yeah, and some other things that I've found out too, that even if you can't afford a mic like a Blue Yeti and you can only have like even 20 or 30 bucks to spare,
Yeah.
what's cool about something like Audacity, and I'm sure GarageBand has this too, is there's plugins that can help you set your EQs for certain mics. And there's also, if you just Google your mic model, you can find good ways to EQ your mic for podcasting, for instance.
It's very true. You were telling me like Audacity has like hiss filters and things like that that you can
Yeah.
plug in, which are cool. There's things you can do to take out echo. Like my room in here where I do is very small, so I have a lot of echo. I have to edit that out every time. And yeah, it's free software. Both of us are using free software. If you have a Mac,
Yeah.
you have GarageBand. If you're on PC, you have Audacity. I've used Audacity as well for in the early days. This is all free stuff, guys. So pretty cool. I just figured since we were talking about mics, it might be a good thing to bring up because actually a couple of people have asked me, how you and I are doing it, and I kind of give the whole story of what we've been through and all that. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the simplest method is try to clean it up after the fact in the free software and record your tracks individually. Boom, done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we went way off on some tangents there. What else, Matt? You want me to jump into what I've been playing?
Yeah, let's get into what you've been doing. You've been playing way more than I have.
Dude, I actually somehow played a shitload of games this week. I think it's because I've been so busy at work that I get home, I'm still in work mode, and I've been pretty productive at home, like trying to help clean things and get shit straightened up or whatever. But as soon as I'm done with that, I've been jumping on games. I have played Fortnite on PC, Xbone, and mobile a lot. I probably put 15 hours into Fortnite this week.
Oh man.
I know it's man. It's
You must
starting to
be
get,
like a pro now.
no, fuck no, dude. No, dude, because you got guys now with the guided missiles. I don't know if we talked about it last week or not, but there's guided missiles now as like the current thing going on in Fortnite. There's motherfuckers. Their buddies will shoot the missile. They'll jump on it and ride the missile, which we've seen. That's nothing really that new, but they're guided now. So their buddy will steer them to where they need to go. Asshole riding it, 360 no scope, killing people. Like boom, boom, boom. There's been videos of it going up, and it's like that's pro. Like,
So
it's just
why aren't
it makes
you
you
pro
not want to
yet?
play, dude. It makes you not want to play, man. Like when you see that shit. But yeah. So I played on PC. I don't know what drove me to do it. Oh, I was testing out my streaming setup. I was getting OBS set up on my PC, and so I was just playing on there. And
Oh, that's right. I was watching you on there.
Yeah, we were talking back and forth. Matt was talking some trash, and but yeah. So I was playing it on PC. I like it on PC because of the controls. That's the way to play that game if you can. Control wise, it's super quick. The keyboard is an amazing thing. I think I'm slowly becoming a PC gamer. Just because that is, if you can play something on the different consoles and the PC and you like the controls, that game isn't super graphically needy. So who gives a shit what it looks like on any of them, really? I played a bit on mobile. I played with my bro Chris. He was on one of the Lost episodes that we had on. He went with us on our SNES Classic adventure.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah. And him and I actually yesterday when we were bringing my niece back, him and I sat on the couch next to each other on mobile and we were in the same game. We were playing Fortnite. That was pretty fucking fun. That game is cool. It has like aim assist, which I wasn't really utilizing the first time I played it. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
It's still not the greatest for sure, but I'm getting more fluent at it and I could definitely see myself playing it here or there. It's you know, the way you should play that game, and I'm not saying it's great, but if you don't have it on console or a console or anything, but you have a mobile phone, check it out. It is Fortnite. But yeah, so I played on there, and then of course I did play some squad stuff this week with my buddy EJ, Cody, and Eric on Xbone. That's just what everybody has, so we play on there. Probably my least favorite platform. I think I even like mobile a little bit better than Xbone at this point.
Oh, jeez.
Not the controls, but
Yeah.
there's something about playing it on your phone. It's just weird. Matt, you and I still need to play on console and check that out.
I'll do it one day. Well, my friggin' Epic account got hacked apparently, so I can't even I mean, I know I can create a new account, but it's still like I don't even know if I had anything on there because I know Twitch was offering some stuff and I probably lost that now. So
yeah, they do. They give you like, you know, what is it? Like skins or something like that. So
yeah.
Another thing I played, which was free from Twitch Prime, is the game called Super Hot. And I briefly brought this up. I wasn't sure if this was like VR only or anything. It's not. If you haven't seen Super Hot, it's nothing like amazing looking. It's like everything is white and then the bad guys are red.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. But what's cool about this game? It's a first person shooter. And what's cool is time only moves when you move. Now you can look around all you want, but the second you start to physically move, time goes back to normal speed. So you're like moving here, stopping, setting up your next shot, stopping. Dude, I would actually have paid upwards of $5 for that game. It's cool to pick up really quickly. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's quick pickup. You don't have to invest any time. There's no story or any bullshit like that, you know. And it's free if you have Twitch Prime. It's kind of fun. I know it's been out for a while, but because it's free, I got it. So I don't know. Have you seen that, Matt, before? Super Hot.
I've seen the game, but I guess I forgot that I have it. So I guess I can.
Oh, you actually have it?
Yeah, because I got it on that Twitch Prime as well too, and I'm actually loading up my Twitch right now, my Twitch app, to see if I have it still.
Oh, sweet.
So I'll have to try it out because it does look interesting.
it's different. You know what I mean? If you want to play something that makes you think a little different, a little outside of the box, and it requires like no story or commitment to the game, it's great. The interface is really cool. It reminds you of like a terminal, or like a DOS terminal, or like an old like Unix terminal or something.
Yeah.
The interface, it's kind of neat how they do that. Little neat little touch. But yeah, it's fun especially if you just want to screw around. Like, it's almost one of those games, like if you were on like a conference call, you could totally sit here and play that game and still be involved in the conference call, but still totally enjoy yourself. Like, if you're looking for a game like that, Super Hot is right up your alley. Let's see. So while I was at that game store I was telling you about in the Wiregrass Mall, I did pick up a game. I grabbed Far Cry 5 because it's out, and I've been looking forward to this game. So I went ahead and grabbed it, and I got about 10 hours into it so far.
Nice.
Since yesterday.
What do you think of it so far?
It's really good. I guess maybe I was thinking it'd be more of a departure from 4, like it would be super drastically different.
Yeah.
And it's not, but it's not. That's not a bad thing. It turned out to not be a bad thing, right? Like, it's definitely graphically improved. It's very beautiful looking. I expected the map to be bigger than it is. The map is very good size, but I'd say if it is bigger than the old map, it's only slightly bigger. But it's completely open, whereas before you had to unlock areas before you could go into them. This one kind of lets you pick the direction you're to go in. The game suggests an area, a way you should go. But you can go wherever you want. And I do like that, especially from Ubisoft, to have like a truly like open game. It's kind of nice. The enemies are turned up. They're not, I wouldn't say they're smarter. You like that turned up? Like, that's what the kids say, right?
Do they?
Maybe. I mean, we're old, man. I don't know. I thought I heard it. I don't know.
Lit fam.
Yeah, fam, I got you. But no, the enemies are more aggressive. I don't know that they're smarter than they were, but they're more aggressive. So it makes it more challenging, which is fine. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had to like redo a couple things so far, but it's okay because it makes you're like, oh shit, you know what? I know how I'm going to go at this one. Okay. And you do it. It's like that. This game too, it's very hard to sneak up on people if you're not crouched, which I like. If you're standing up and you get too close, they're going to fucking see you. Even if you're like, you can duck behind things, but not like behind a tree, like you're going to get caught. So I think it's a good improvement. What else? Another thing is like sometimes it will do things where there's this one. So like it's a cult, right? In Far Cry 5 in Montana. And they are manufacturing this drug. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but they're manufacturing this drug, and they actually have bullets that are like less than lethal that contain this drug. So sometimes you'll get caught up, or at least so far once it's happened to me, where you lose like what you were trying to do, but they weren't using real bullets, they were using those, and you end up like in this side story and you get captured by the cult, and you're having to it throws you into like this whole other thing outside of what you were doing, which is actually kind of cool. It's kind of nice. It's only happened to me once, but I heard it'll happen more than that. Like, you'll get caught by each of the factions at least once. And it happened to me once, and it's really cool because like you're tripping out, like, so the screen's all weird and shit while you're trying to do it. So that's kind of cool. That's a different take on things. It's not really a spoiler. I got the dog. Which isn't a spoiler either. Have you seen the dog?
Yeah, I saw like a little YouTube thing of it.
He's cool. He chews throats. It's kind of nice. It helps when they're chewing throats. So that makes life a little bit easier for you sometimes. He does die, but you drive him instantly, so that's cool. Yeah. What else about that game, Matt? Driving is the same as it was in 4. The HUD is super, super sparse and reduced, which I like. I do miss the mini map, but I found myself getting away without needing it anyways, so who cares? Yeah. I don't really have any complaints so far. I don't think I'm far enough in to complain. I don't like how long it takes the map to come up when you do hit the map button. That takes a little bit too long for my liking. Oh, dude, the patch for it went like that. It was a very small patch to get started, so that was cool. Yeah, it didn't take very long at all. It's only about a 36 gig to house it, so that's not bad either, especially in today's
Yeah.
games. So yeah, that's Far Cry. You played Far Cry 4, right, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I mean, I got maybe halfway through it before I got bored because it just felt I was rinse repeat. Go find a tower, unlock the area, do the quest, craft, and
Yep.
then rinse repeat. And I got bored because it just felt very repetitive. And that's kind of one reason why, because Far Cry 5 looks a lot of fun, but I'm also kind of leery about it because it sounds like it's a lot of the same thing, even though it just may be a different area.
So I think it's definitely a bit of the same. I think you're right, but I think they did a really good job of tweaking it to the point where it's less repetitive and it's more challenging. Like, okay, for instance, like when you would have to clear out like a town or an area before on 4,
Yeah.
it was pretty easy to come in, stay real wide of it, snipe out the alarms and tag everybody, and then take them out, right? And you can do that too, but you can tell they've spent time setting the map up that it's a lot harder for you to get away with shit like that. They've designed the areas that you're going to take over with that in mind. And so far, I'm only about halfway into like the first faction, the first area, the first like controlled area.
Yeah.
It's not repetitive yet. I'm sure it will be, because how much new shit can they really keep throwing at you?
Yeah.
But I'll keep you posted on that, man. But
Okay.
so far, it's not. So far, I haven't done anything the same yet, and I've got 10 hours into it. Nothing the same has happened yet.
Yeah, I may enjoy that game more because of the setting, as well, because it's America and all
It is
that.
very America, by the way.
Because Far Cry 4, where was it set? Like in India or whatever.
Yep.
I was also not really excited about the whole setting of the game too. Cause
Yeah, it was like some fictional like Himalayan town and like
Yeah.
on the border, like in India. It was, yeah, I agree. This is fictional place, but in a real world in Montana. So, it's very America. It feels very backwoods-y.
which
It's beautiful.
we're used to because of where we live in Florida.
We are in the backwoods, you guys.
It's
Yeah.
funny. You'll be in the ghetto and then drive 15 minutes down and you're in freaking Hickville, USA.
Drive another 15 minutes and it's cows, and then another 15 minutes and it's swamp, and another 15 minutes and it's the city, and then
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
It's true. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. They are doing the same shit with the weapons that they did before, as in where if you pick a gun up, like it's one you hadn't seen before, you now have it available to you in the shops. You don't have to buy it.
Okay.
So like weird or rare shit, you're probably going to end up having to buy. But like if you see a shotgun, even if you don't want to use it, just pick it up and then pick your other gun back up. And then when you go to shops, if you ever need it, you can pull it out. So that's kind of cool. And you can pay to upgrade anything you want. And there is like perks and stat trees and stuff like that in this. So,
that's good.
But yeah, there's a bunch of online shit. I thought it would be a lot like 4, where it was, because I think the only multiplayer on 4 was people could jump. You could jump in, like I could jump in your game, or you could jump in mine, and you could clear out the bell towers together.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that I've seen. I think you can jump in and you can do non-story related shit together, but so that's still the same. But there's like this arcade mode. Like there's a few different modes. I haven't tried any of them out yet, but it looks like they did a little more for the multiplayer stuff. So
Okay.
there's that. But yeah, so I'm a good ways in so far, Matt, and it's not been repetitive yet, but I'm sure it will, and I'll let you guys know.
All right, great.
What else, Matt? What else? I did pick up Kirby Star Allies. Well, actually, Aiden did. He got it for Easter. I've only played one level, so I'm not going to give a review this week on that. I'll probably talk about it next week.
Okay.
I know you. I think you've already. Have you already seen Jessica Jones on Netflix, Matt?
Yeah, I haven't seen the new season though yet. I'm kind of behind on my Marvel shows.
So I never watched it. I got a real bad taste in my mouth after Punisher. So I didn't watch it, and everybody's like, no, Jessica Jones is good. Yeah, it's good. 4 episodes in, it's good.
Yeah. Season 1's definitely good. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Yeah, that's the show I'm still stuck on is Punisher. I'm still, yeah, that's how I feel. Like 2 episodes in, and I'm like, dear God, this is boring. And it's not like the acting isn't bad in it at all. It was just I was bored, and it's like just nothing exciting was happening.
Yeah, and honestly, there's nothing like. I know the Punisher doesn't have superpowers per se, but he's super himself. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It could be any. It could be like Jack Bauer 24, the show. Like it's not. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing comic booky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like every other like militant guy, corrupt, government shit. Like it doesn't. I mean, if I wanted to watch one of those shows, I'd watch one of those shows. I wouldn't watch a Marvel show, you know?
And the other thing that I'm starting to realize about Marvel shows, like with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all that, is even though they're only about usually, 10 to 13 episodes, I think, for each season, I really feel like they need to reduce the amount of episodes they have because they have too many episodes where nothing happens at all.
God, they string them out, bro. Yeah.
I feel like they should go down to 5 to 7 episodes. Get rid of all the fluff in them.
You could easily, especially at an hour each or an hour plus each. I mean, 6, 7, 8 hours tops is enough to tell a fucking story, man. It is.
Yeah.
I forced myself to finish Punisher, dude. I fucking forced myself. It was way too long. Too little happened most of the time, and it wasn't special.
And just speaking of Punisher and just all the Marvel shows, like I like, besides Punisher, I like all the Marvel shows, don't get me wrong, but they all follow the same formula of each episode has to end on a cliffhanger to get you to watch the next episode, and it's like it just gets so tiring, man. It's like, oh my God, is Jessica Jones and, Luke Cage gonna die? Find out next time on Marvel Ball Z.
Nailed it, dude. Hell yeah, it is. It's Marvel Ball Z. That's how we refer to the whole thing now.
Yeah.
The Netflix Marvel stuff is Marvel Ball Z.
And no one ever goes Super Saiyan, so it's not fun. Ever.
Jessica Jones's boyfriend,
Luke Cage,
goes Super Saiyan in the bar in episode 3, I think. He definitely beats some ass. And you can't cut his skin, which is weird. But hey, at least they have superpowers.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it so far. I like that she's an alcoholic. I don't know why, but I do. I do have a problem with that, though. She's like, give me the cheapest shit you have. Or she's always talking about like how cheap the whiskey that she has or the bourbon she has is. But it's been like Jim Beam, which isn't expensive, but it's not plastic bottle. And she had like Wild Turkey. It's like, that's not like that's not cheap bourbon. Like it's middle bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not drinking fucking crazy shit out of, that was in a barrel for half a century or something, but it's not plastic bottle frickin', Sam's Club frickin', Canadian blended whiskey. I don't know. I just had a problem with that. I'm like, Wild Turkey's not cheap. Like it's not great, but it's not cheap. Anyways, that just pissed me off.
Yeah.
But I always notice stupid shit like that on shows. I can't let it go. But yeah, so Jessica Jones is so far, I finished the first 4 episodes. I like it. It's cool. I'll definitely finish it out, and that's my go-to when I have downtime now.
Have you seen all the other Marvel shows like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Defenders?
I've literally seen none of those. I saw Daredevil. And I saw Punisher, and now I'm watching Jessica Jones.
Okay, so you're completely watching them like in the wrong order.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I wouldn't even watch Jessica Jones season 2 until you finish Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Defenders, and then go back. Well, because the story's going to suddenly jump, and there's going to be things that they talk about in season 2 that you have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
And that's why I recommend watching all the others.
Maybe I should have paid attention to that before I started watching. I just know everybody was like, Jessica Jones, like, especially after I talked shit about Punisher. everybody's like, no, watch Jessica Jones. It's really actually good.
Luke Cage is really good too, up until like the last 2 episodes, where you're just like, they should have just fucking ended it 2 episodes ago.
All right, well, noted.
And Iron Fist is good when they talk about Danny, the Iron Fist. When it's not about Danny, I hated it.
So which one should I watch first then, before I watch Jessica Jones season 2?
You need to then watch Luke Cage. So I think there's only one season.
First?
Then Luke Cage first, and then Iron Fist, and then The Defenders, which is all 4 of them when they team up together. Okay. And then after that, then you can watch Jessica Jones season 2.
Okay, noted. Will do. I'll probably ask you again.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Fair enough. What else? One other thing I saw, Matt, I saw a movie on Netflix, came out, I think, last week. Was Game Over Man, which is the guys from Workaholics. It's their movie on Netflix. Yeah. It is pretty fucking funny. It's not the funniest thing I've seen in a while, but it's worth a shot, especially if you like those guys. It's absolutely them. It's Workaholics made a movie, but not about the same characters, but it's the same kind of mentality.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty outrageous. It's pretty ridiculous. It's worth a watch if you like those guys. After it's that deep of a movie, so
yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So Matt, have you watched anything this week?
Oh no, I mean just the Oceans
talked about
movies.
Oceans, my bad. That's right.
And that's about it.
Cool. We have quite a few news topics to get into today. Some shit's pretty cool. We tried to pick out some shit that isn't necessarily stuff that you got bombarded with all week, but if it is, I apologize. But some of the shit, we talk about, so I figured we'd bring it up. Matt, you want to go with the first one?
Yeah, let's talk about the, I guess 1984 Punch-Out they put on the Switch, which is pretty cool because, when did it come out? The story was Friday, so yeah, I guess it came out this Friday, or this past Friday, I should say, March 30th. Yep. So this is the arcade port of Punch-Out. This isn't the Nintendo NES version of Punch-Out. So, in which I've never played the arcade port or the arcade version of Punch-Out. So this will actually be, I might have to pick this up here and try it out because Punch-Out, I love NES Punch-Out. I liked Super Punch-Out on Super Nintendo, but the original on NES I loved way more.
Yeah, I agree. I never really played Super Punch-Out until I got my NES Classic. And Super Punch-Out is cool. I think it's a great game, but for me, I'm with you. The NES one or the arcade one, which I did play, I have played it on an arcade cabinet. Punch-Out is pretty freaking good, man. It's pretty original too. There really wasn't shit like that. You had that kind of third-person fighter view, and it was, man, it took you some time to learn it, but it was really rewarding.
Oh yeah, no, just reading through the little story here, it's like it's straight out of the arcade. It's basically like a MAME or ROM. And and I like that Nintendo is doing these because they got Mario Brothers on the Switch and then the Versus Super Mario Brothers from the arcade. And
some people say that's the definitive version of that too, that Versus.
Yeah, which I need to pick that up too and play it. Because I don't think I've ever played the Versus version before.
I've played it in the arcade, but it's been a while. Let me see here. Shit, I just lost my spot. So something interesting actually about that is maybe a reason why you've never played Punch-Out in the arcade, Matt, is because that arcade cabinet that I have that's like piece of shit. I keep saying I'm going to redo the Play Choice 10.
Yeah,
those were actually all Punch-Outs. And when Punch-Out stopped making money, Nintendo had a hard time getting people to buy new arcade cabinets from them. So what they did is they offered the conversion kit to turn into a Play Choice 10, which was just a glorified way to promote the NES, because they were actually NES games. They're not arcade games in a Play Choice 10. Yeah, they are on their own like specific board or whatever, but they're not. They're actually NES ports to arcade hardware. So yeah, so a lot of the original Punch Outs went away because a lot of people opted when Punch Out stopped making them money to convert them to Play Choice 10s. So that might have a reason why. That might be the reason why you may have never played it in the arcade, because it is actually a little bit more rare. And also, I'd like to point out that Mike Tyson's Punch Out is a different Punch Out. It's based on the same game, but they rearranged the order and they put Tyson at the end as the main boss. And I believe that was NES only. Was there a Mike Tyson's Punch Out arcade? I don't think there was.
No, I don't think there was. I think it was.
I don't
just
remember
NES
there being
only.
one. Yeah, so we're talking about Punch Out the arcade. You know what I like about this, Matt, is that it's how you have to turn the switch vertical, or you can at least.
Yeah, you can.
So it's just like like you had like a larger arcade screen and all that. Like, I think that's really freaking cool, man.
Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, I can't see myself playing it vertical like that outside the dock, but it is at least a neat little feature. I mean, you'd almost have to get a pro controller if you're going to play it that way outside of the dock.
I mean,
what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm typing something to you. I'm just adding something on the fly that I just saw. But anyways, so I think it's cool though, because like it's one of those things you can do in portable mode. Like you can have portably, you Joy-Con, and you and a friend can sit there and try to beat Punch Out, the arcade version. It's super cool. I think I'm gonna download it actually. I want to try it out.
Yeah, no, I mean, could probably definitely check it out for sure. Yeah, if you download it first, then just bring it into work so I can look at it, see if I even want it.
You want me to be the tester for that?
Yeah, just the guinea pig.
Fair enough.
No,
really quick. Go ahead.
Well, just to end that story, so that is Punch Out on the Switch, and if you're a fan of Punch Out series, definitely pick that up and try it out.
All right, so let's see here. So we got, I just added this, Matt, and it's because it's a game we talk about, and I literally just saw it as I clicked on the Punch Out link to talk about it.
Yeah,
there's a new Monopoly Gamer, dude.
God.
And it's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's like I just spent all that money on getting all the freaking Mario Gamer shit, and now it's Monopoly Gamer Mario Kart, and I'm wondering. I guess I'd be interested to see this and see what it's like, and of course you're gonna have to collect all the characters again, and yeah, I'm probably gonna end up getting this because Jesus.
It looks great. Like the little figures they're Mario Karts. It looks like it comes with Mario, Luigi, Princess, and Toad. It looks very similar otherwise. It does look like obviously all the things are renamed and it's themed differently, but it looks similar. I don't know if it has bosses or not. I can't tell. That'd be weird if a Mario Kart game had bosses, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just saw it just now and I'm like, holy shit, we got to talk about this because I didn't even know about it. Like, you guys are finding it out right now with us as we find out. So
yeah, so it looks like they're also going to sell 6 more characters as well too. It's going to be Bowser, Rosalina, Shy Guy, Metal Mario, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi. Of course they are.
Of course, because you needed more things to spend your hard-earned dollars on. Which
I hope they are the same price as the regular Monopoly Gamer, where they're only like $4 each. Because I mean, that's not too bad. And plus, the especially in the original Monopoly Gamer, those characters do add a different gameplay experience. So $4 isn't that bad. Honestly,
no, it's fine if you're not having to get the weird rare ones that you haven't found off of freaking Amazon for $15-$20 each. Yeah, no, if they're the same price, I'm with that. And actually, we might be getting out in front of this, Matt. We might be able to get them pretty, without drama. We might be able to catch these ones. So
did this literally just come out? Yeah, I guess.
I don't even. Is it out yet? Can you get it?
June 1st.
All right, so we need to be on our game for that.
And it's only $30. So I mean, that's not too bad for a board.
No, that's okay.
For a board game, that's pretty cheap.
And especially too because we've already played Monopoly Gamer for the Mario based one, so we know it's decent. So I'm not opposed to it at all.
Yeah, I can see myself picking this up. Ugh.
Yeah, it looks tight. I know. Sorry that I dropped that on you just now and made you realize more things you got to buy. But there's one.
But it definitely looks cool though. That's for sure.
It looks legit, dude. And
Yeah, I'm trying to see some of the spaces. I mean, it looks like it has like arrows. I'm wondering if you just land on those. Oh, I bet those arrows are like the pipes.
exactly,
Um,
probably like the pipes, they just turbo boost you around or whatever.
so then I really wonder how. Um, I'm wondering if you go around the board and there's so many laps instead of
Hmm.
instead of doing
Yeah, because
boss
there's not
fights.
bosses. Yeah. And also I wonder too, when you get the question mark block, because on the Mario based one, the non Mario Kart one, you roll and you get coins. Do you get like turtle shells or
Oh,
do you get something? Because it's
oh,
Mario Kart.
here we go. Here we go. So they are going to be boss battles. So it looks like when you do go around, because if you see that one card where it says Moo Moo Meadows, those are
Yes.
going to be your version of boss battles. It
Oh, it's a race. It's
so
a pay
yeah.
one to race. I
So
see.
I
Okay.
guess I'm assuming, yeah, you pay one to race, and whoever rolls the highest is gonna get first place, second, and third. Which
So it is still a boss battle, but
so that
it's
but that's pretty cool though. That's a different way of doing it, and the game ends after you do the final Grand Prix card, which that is pretty interesting at least.
they did change this too because you get a first, second, and third place. You get prizes for first, second,
Yeah.
and third place too. So
So
that's pretty cool.
even if you lose, you still have a chance of, or not getting first place, you still have a chance of getting something decent at least. So no, it's not that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess I'm getting this shit.
Dude, you know you're getting it. Stop. Quit playing.
I know.
There's something I can't tell what. Oh, banana peel coins. So you're going to leave banana peels on there, which I'm sure will cause something terrible to happen to an opponent. So that's cool. If you
Oh
look
my
at the
god.
where it has like the board and like all the figures and the cards and the money, there's banana peel coins.
Oh
Sweet.
wait, are those banana peels? Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, I guess they are. They do look like it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
I don't know.
Sweet. So you guys just learned about something new same time as us.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool though.
Let's see here. What else do we got, Matt? What's next now that we've added one? to
Here's a quick story. The Fortnite mobile now warns people not to play the game in class. Um, I mean, I if you're playing this game in class, then you must have a really shitty teacher who doesn't really care about your education. So I talk like I have a like talking big game here, but I'd be doing the same shit if I had a smartphone back then. I know I would, because even
Of
though
course.
even though I made A's and B's in high school and all that shit, I would do anything not to do work, because most of the time to be so boring. But it really depends on the teacher though, because I did have some
Yeah.
good teachers back in the day, but especially something like math class. Oh dear God.
Oh, dude, I'd be playing this shit. Like, kids got it good, man. Now you have a device with you all the time that you can game on.
Yeah.
Shit, damn. I mean, we had Game Boys, but you wouldn't get. Oh my God, if you busted out a pager or a phone or a Game Boy or something, dude, when we were in high school, man, you would never get that shit
Well,
back.
you not only get it
Now they
back,
can't
but
take your phone from you.
well, dude, don't you also remember, like, if you brought your Game Boy to school or something, you'd get made fun of. Remember? Because
Yeah,
gaming was
that's
not as
true.
accepted back in the day too. Like, I can remember bringing my Pokemon Game Boy to
Yep.
to elementary school or middle school, whatever. I don't remember what
Yep.
grade I was in, but yeah, you'd get made fun of for that shit. People don't remember back in the day, gaming was not cool at all whatsoever. It was not accepted commonly.
Which I find really there's a weird side to that too, right? Like, yeah, it was not as widely spread or whatever, but a lot of people gamed, even though like even people that would give you shit for gaming or
Yeah.
talking about games fucking played video games. You're right. It was really weird back then about
Yeah.
gaming. Now gaming is just yeah. I mean, everybody plays games. You don't play games? Are you fucking weird?
Yeah. Well,
But
you read
you're right.
books.
Back then, yeah, back then, if you were into Pokemon on the video game, like it was like a 50-50 take rate among your peers.
Yeah,
Some of
and
them would think that you were whack, and then the others would be into it totally.
yeah, and like I said, not just Pokemon, but even if you brought a Game Boy to high school, there's most likely you're going to get beat up, or it's going to get stolen, or you're going to get
Stolen.
made fun of.
Absolutely was gonna get
And
stolen, man.
I wish we were joking about that, but it's just the kind of shit it was back then.
Jeez.
God, now I feel fucking old. But yeah, Fortnite Mobile says don't play in class, and if you play in class, then you've got a really shitty teacher.
Well, it was like started from Mr. Hillman actually tweeted Epic Games and asked them to put a like a warning in to not do that, and they actually did. But they quoted, they said, "Mr. Hillman says stop playing in class," is what it was saying. Apparently, they took it back down, but they did do that for a little while. I thought that was funny that Epic Games they did that. They have a sense of humor and they listen to people apparently, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's funny.
All right, so what's next? PUBG, they're going to add new events. This is totally taking a page out of other games to sort of bring interest back into PUBG. Matt, do you feel like PUBG is dying a slow death?
I don't think it's dying because you're going to be basically comparing it. The best kind of comparison I can think of is League of Legends versus Dota. Right. It's becoming apparent that Fortnite is becoming League of Legends and PUBG is becoming Dota 2. Because Dota 2 still brings in, like on their major tournaments, they still bring in like millions of viewers. And League of Legends but always brings in way more millions of viewers whenever they have their big tournaments. So
you think there's room for both then is what you're getting at? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to die. It's just I can't believe that Fortnite's already surpassed it in terms of viewership, which is insanity to me. I never thought PUBG would have like been surpassed, but I think a lot of it has to do with because Fortnite you can run on a potato. I mean, it's true.
No, I think it's that PUBG is free.
Oh yeah, that too. I forgot. Yeah,
or not PUBG. I'm sorry, Fortnite. Fortnite is free.
Yeah, Fortnite's free. Yeah,
that helps a lot. It's also on every single platform, whereas
it really
PUBG
is.
Just recently came out on Xbox and Xbox only,
and mobile, but it's not on PS4, which is doing them a very big disservice.
It is, especially because that's the king console right now.
Yeah,
you're missing out on a huge market there. What else is key? Oh, and them not wanting to at least until they figure shit out. Separate some of the regions where the high levels of cheating and hacking were coming from. People don't put up with that shit, man. Fortnite gets hacked and there's cheats, but it's not as rampant, and they take it pretty seriously. Where PUBG was kind of like, nah, that's what they do in China. Let's give them mobile first. You know, I think they hurt themselves, man. I do.
Yeah, I mean. That's not even the hackers thing is a really good example. They don't like listening to criticism or anything, and they've banned people for that shit too. Which is
what the fuck, man? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I was thinking, Matt, that maybe it's starting to die its slow death and it's starting to reach its demise, but maybe you're right. Maybe there's just room for both of them and it wasn't as big of a juggernaut as we thought. You know, there just was nothing else in their space and now there is.
Yeah, that is very true. So I guess the story is they're doing some new event where it's, what is it? Yeah, I guess they increase spawn rate of weapons and what was it? I guess they have flare guns now that can call down supply drops.
If you can find it,
yeah.
And that's actually what Kotaku's article said about it. It says PUBG's new event is fun if you can find the damn flare gun, end quote. That's true, because think about how hard it would be. They'd have to put a lot of them out there. Because think about how massive that map is and how many places things could be, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So apparently you need the flare to get drops and things like that. It says it's also only the event takes place on the game's desert map of Miramar. That might be to try to make people play that level more, too, because I know people, a lot of people don't like that map, and when they spawn in, they exit out. When they see that's where they're going, they exit out and they just only want to play the original map. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe they're trying to give people incentive to play that map. I don't know.
Maybe.
There's a lot of weirdness kind of surrounding that. So I just thought it was interesting. Like maybe they're grasping at shit and then also they're trying to, herd people where they want them. So
Well, they need to release a zombie mode like we talked about before we started recording. Just they talked about it a year ago and they still haven't done it. Just freaking release a zombie mode and I'll actually be excited to play it
dude, I
and
play the
try it
shit out
out.
of that, bro. That sounds awesome, especially like a realistic-y type, and with how big that place is and all that. Oh, dude, that would be so fun. Oh my god,
No, they're just not the brightest of the bunch.
they're not the listening to people type. They're not the following through with what they say they're gonna do. I don't know. The game had a lot more promise and seemed better back in the day before I had it actually. Like I missed the heyday.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know. I kind of missed the game when it was new and no one knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
And
true.
it's now that everybody knows how to play the game and all the places to hide and all that stuff, it's like, I don't really care because now if I go in, I'm going to get murked right away. I don't even stand a chance, you know?
That could be said about a lot of games though too, right? Like Call of Duty gets like that after a while. Like you're almost waiting for the new maps to drop, so
No,
that you can.
at least with Call of Duty, there's an actual matchmaking,
Hmm. Hmm.
where you can still stand a chance, and games aren't anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. They're about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's a quick pick me up game. PUBG is, you know, you got to keep at it, and I'm just
We've talked about that before in the past too. That
yeah.
is, yeah. If you wanna do anything in there, dude. Sometimes like I just want to do a quick game, and like you don't see anybody for like 30 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
like shit. Um, yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on PUBG. I drop in here and there and still check it out. It's still fun. It's just I don't know. Fortnite seems to keep bringing me to it. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like it. What else do we got, Matt? So Switch owners are saying that third-party docks are bricking their Switches. That bothers me because the one that's pictured in everybody's article for this, I think I linked the Kotaku one to us, but it's the Nico or however you say it dock, and I was super stoked for this dock, and now I'm scared shitless of it. It's bricked quite a few Switches apparently. Nintendo released firmware 5.0, and it started happening right after that.
Oh man.
Yeah, which came out on March 12th. They have since released a 5.1, I think it is, or 5.0.1, something like
Mm-hmm.
that, a subsequent one that people are saying could be the fix for it. But Nintendo officially, like, they put out a statement and they're like, yeah, unlicensed products and accessories do not undergo Nickelodeon. Nintendo's testing and evaluation process. They might not work at all with our game systems, and they could have compatibility problems with certain games. The Nintendo Switch system itself and other licensed accessories and peripherals.
I mean, hasn't that
So
always been the case with a lot of these third-party accessories?
obviously, see, I think that's kind of dick though, because Nintendo really needs people to make third-party shit. I mean, if you think about it, that's always been their Achilles heel. That's always been their downfall, has been
I
the
mean,
third-party support.
yeah, for controllers and stuff, but for a dock, I'm gonna want the official Nintendo dock. I mean,
But
yeah, it sucks that this happened, but
But do you want the official Nintendo dock, Matt? Because the
yeah.
well, all right, but hold on. Hold on. Let me elaborate on that. Because the official Nintendo dock covers like all of the screen. It's got the risk of the scratches. It's sort of big. It's also $90. It's kind of a weird dock. The Nico one leaves the Switch still exposed. It's very small, so it stays out of the way. It's easier to place. And it comes with a bunch of goodies. Like it comes with an extra Joy-Con charger. You can charge up to 4 Joy-Cons. It comes with like a screen protector. It comes with a less flimsy kickstand. Like you get all this shit for like $60 on the Nico one. Nico. I don't know how you say that.
Nico, I guess.
I don't know. Probably it would. I guess it would be Nico, but theirs, was really promising to me. But now I'm scared because it's like Nintendo released something that could brick your Switch while using it. I just find that troubling. Like Nintendo, I get that they wanted to release that blanket statement. No, it's not. It's not genuine. But come on, Nintendo. you license third parties that do the best job at making accessories to make stuff for you sometimes. Like, you can't just fuck your third party people over by saying that. Like, I feel like Nintendo, not intentionally, but I feel like Nintendo, they did this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Nyko doesn't want problems with their products coming out. I'm sure they tested the shit out of it before they released it. Because it didn't come out quick. It took a while before they brought it to market. And all of a sudden, the firmware comes out, and now it's screwing up. Like, I don't think, I'm not saying Nintendo did it intentionally, but they did it. And for them to just kind of roll over and be like, well, it's your fault for not using
right.
Nintendo stuff.
Here's a little update for it. Search Nyko portable docking kit for Nintendo Switch and Amazon. It's down to $23, and I'm reading 1-star reviews back in November. Back in November, that their Switches were getting bricked. This is before firmware 5.0,
so that information is incorrect. Holy shit, $23? I might get one.
It's not after reading all these freaking reviews back in October, November, saying it bricked their system.
Yeah, I'm not breaking my fucking Switch, dude. That thing is too expensive.
So maybe something in the firmware 5.0 made it brick even more. I don't know.
Made it more brickier.
So I'm glad I looked that up, because now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay from Nyko. Period. Stick with. See, that's why I think just for for third party accessories, I'll stick with controllers and stuff. Not gonna, especially nowadays with all these freaking electronics and computer shit that's in these systems. I'm not gonna trust some third party, piece of shit China software thing.
That's true. You make a good point, and I will say that Nyko's stuff has historically been kind of cheap. It's like their stuff always feels cheap, now that I think about it, but I don't know, maybe I was just hoping it would be a little nicer. I have a Nyko charging set for my PlayStation 4 controllers, and they got a bad rap because they have like this little thing that plugs in and kind of curves underneath the controller to allow it to sit in the cradle to charge. And people say that like those have broken the USB port on their controller. Now, I got to imagine you got to do something pretty rough for that to happen, or be taking it in and out a lot, which I've never touched mine. I put them in, I've never touched them. But like the charger base does feel pretty cheap on that. But damn, it's $23 freaking. 2 stars. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, like I said, if you go through the reviews, they're from October or November saying, hey, this fucked my Switch up.
September, I see one from. Holy shit.
Yeah. So apparently maybe Kotaku just caught wind of this now because of 5.0 coming out, and maybe it is breaking even more systems, and it's just coming more to light now. So
it's
basically more of the moral of the story is just, as much as Nintendo likes to overprice their shit, just use their stuff.
I guess so. I guess that's the move. Damn, $90 though. I really want to get one for the game room so I can have it in 2 rooms without moving shit. But no, I know what you mean,
because I want to get one in our bedroom to be able to, But
$90 fucking dollars, dude. It's a lot of reviews too. It's 2 stars out of like 200 reviews. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny.
Dang, well, you changed my mind on that.
The brickiest of docks.
The brickiest. Like people call like shit like the Widowmaker or whatever. It's the brick maker. Oh, you mean the brick maker? All right, well, noted. You thank you for bringing that to me, because I was just getting down on Nintendo, and I shouldn't have been. Nyko just made a shit product.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, damn. I'll stay away from that.
All right, so we got our final story of the night here, and that's No Man's Sky is finally coming to Xbox this summer. You haven't played this game before, have you?
I have not. I lived it vicariously through you.
So I haven't played it in probably like 6 to 7 months, but I've heard they've made a lot of updates to it. They finally have an actual single-player story now, because basically the story before was just get to the center of the universe. and then you basically start over. It was a lot more open world exploration type game, but now there's an actual story behind the game. And I watched a review of the story, and it really turned me off to even wanting to try it, because they try to be all God, what's the word for it? They try to be all like intellectually smart and shit. Try
Nailed it.
they try to be like all really deep, where it probably would have been a deep story if I was 13 or 14.
Oh shit.
And it seems like you don't have to follow the storyline, but they obviously really try to make you do follow the storyline. So that's kind of really turned me off to the game. I almost liked it better when it was just more free for all, which you can still do.
Is the story mode true? Is the story mode something that was promised that didn't come out, or is this new? Is this totally new?
I really don't. I'd have to go back and look, because I don't remember, honestly.
But you remember that all these promises and things they were told the game would launch with that it just didn't have. Do you remember that whole debacle?
And I will say a lot of the updates that have come out have made the game way better that I wish were out when I first got the game, because it would have made me play it even more. Because at least with the story mode, you should follow the story mode like maybe somewhat, because it'll teach you some basic stuff like how to build bases and how to build better ships and unlock better stuff and all that. So it does do a good job there, but I've heard the actual story and then beating it is just such a letdown. But I mean, it's cool that it's coming to Xbox. I mean, it is a good game if you just like a really relaxing type space exploration, Star Trek-esque type game. But it's, I mean, I feel like it's almost a little bit too late. I don't see this doing that well on Xbox One, because it's already been out on PC since 2016 and already on PS4 and coming up on 2 years now.
I think that wasn't this supposed to stay an exclusive on console to PlayStation, or was it a timed thing? I don't remember.
I think it was just supposed to be PS4 and PC only, because that's how Sony wanted it. But I don't know what happened with the Hello Games company and Sony, but
Sony's probably wiped their hands of it after that whole thing went down. They'll probably, they're like, ooh, abort.
Well, it was Sony's fault how they released the game, because Hello Games wasn't ready to release the game, and Sony was like, no, we need it now.
Right, because they were pushing for another exclusive. Yeah, so that's true. I think it's cool. I didn't see this coming. Like when I saw news of this, I was like, I didn't even know it was coming to Xbox. I don't know, man. I mean, it does look cool and intriguing, but I feel like from what you've told me, Matt, and from what I've heard, I've experienced it. Is that weird, or am I wrong?
I mean, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's a fun, relaxing game. It's just, I mean, do you really want a game where you don't really have much of a purpose or anything? Like, do you have a lot of free time to invest in it? I mean,
no, I'd rather play games that, I don't know, Far Cry, God of War,
definitely God of War.
If it's going up against those for me, then it's going to lose,
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's funny. There was an article that was written back in August that says No Man's Sky is good now. I don't know. You shouldn't have to write that article. Shouldn't have to be written.
I know.
That's pretty bad.
It's a really weird time that we live in, that you almost don't want to buy the game when it first comes out, which is the complete antithesis of what we're used to for when we were growing up. Like, you'd want to buy that game when it first comes out. You're almost better off. You're better off waiting like 5 to 6 months, because the game will be, $20 by then. And plus there'll be so many updates out. It'll be, probably a lot better than when it first released,
It's funny. It's like technology really, especially like through the 90s and to today, technology, right, follows this path of like, you know, and you always hear people say, oh man, you don't want to be the first one. Yeah, it's cool, but you don't want to be the first one to get it. You know what I mean? And now video games have gone down that same path.
Yeah, it's sad. It really
It is. But you're right. You're right. Like, so they released, what was it, like last week or the week after? They had like a big party, and there was like a big article about it for God of War, that the Golden Master was made. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
But I'm like, quit fucking around. Like, you know that shit's already good. You guys have already worked on like the first 2 patches for that shit.
Oh,
you know,
of
like
course.
the Golden Master doesn't mean shit anymore. You
I
know? That was the one you were banking on, like that. You know, now it's just like, well, this is the one we'll give them. You know,
Yeah.
like I always put myself in this mindset of like, if you were a soldier, you know, one of our armed forces, and you're deployed somewhere and they don't have internet access, or at least not good internet access. If they do, and if they do have it, they can't they can't do gaming shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like you go out there with this game console and this game, and maybe like, and there has been games that are unplayable in their native state. You have to get the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how fucked is that? You know, like I don't know why, and I don't think that it's avoidable. I'm not saying it is. It's just shitty. It's just not how we grew up, and it's just sad that that's the way it is. And
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we're asking for a lot out of games nowadays, if I'm honest. You know, and we're getting a lot for that as well. But I guess with complexity, that's just something we got to deal with. But man, I'd be super pissed if like you get, you know, you're deployed somewhere, you're somewhere where you don't have internet, or maybe your internet's turned off, or you only have internet on your phone, or whatever your case may be. And like, you can only get 2 hours into a game you've been really wanting to play.
That's why you have a Switch.
What the hell? Nice. I like what you did there. I'm with you. Nintendo won't do that to you.
Nope, they won't. I mean, you won't get the latest update or anything, but you can still play the game.
You don't need it. Every Switch game so far, I've played a lot of games that I haven't wanted to wait for the update on the Switch. I just play them, and so is Aiden, and they do work. So, and you don't have to install them. You know, which is cool. You know, it does do like a minuscule install, but it's quick and it plays. And every time you pop the game and it's ready to go, it loads into the RAM and you play.
Exactly.
And Nintendo gets some things right. Things that people think they get wrong, they do get right from time to time.
Once in a while.
God, I just went from liking Nintendo to hating Nintendo to liking Nintendo. Can I make up my fucking mind?
No. Because then next week we're going to hate Nintendo, but they're going to release something really cool. We're going to be like, oh my god, look, it's Mario with a hat. Or something. he throws he throws frogs at people and they turn gay or something.
Oh my god. Ginger changing Mario. Oh shit. What will Mario's pronouns be today? Like, they change daily.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about the whole how the water that the frogs are drinking, they're turning them gay.
What?
You've never heard that whole thing
No.
with Alex Jones from InfoWars?
No. Well, I know who he is. No, I didn't hear that.
So there was an actual study done, this like legit study, but of course Alex Jones blows everything up to a mega proportion of it, that there was something in like some chemical or something that people were testing that were making frogs change their actual biological sex. So if they were like male, they were then they changed to female and vice versa. And all that. So then Alex Jones comes out on his fucking show one day and he's like, they're turning the frogs gay. And
oh my god. Was he serious too?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Or
has he not read biology books? Like, reptiles and like fish and shit can do that.
Well, I mean, I guess he was serious as he is in character, because he plays a character essentially. And
oh my! If he was really like that, dude, he'd be fucking admitted into somewhere, dude. That guy's anyways.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why he doesn't have custody of his kids, because his wife, you know, is taking his kids away from, or his ex-wife is taking the kids away from him. I mean, I still love that episode of Joe Rogan where his 9/11 episode, he had Alex Jones on and talking about interdimensional child rapist vampires. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't hear that one.
So you need to go back to episode 911 and Joe
Okay.
Rogan and
Yep.
listen to that. I mean, it's over a year old. I think it's almost coming up to 2 years old now or something. But
Right.
it was so funny because Alex Jones just goes off the deep end talking about interdimensional child rapist vampires.
And he's serious about it?
Oh, dude, Joe got him drunk and high on that episode, so he
Okay.
just went off the rails.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so you need to check that out. Alex Jones, everybody.
You have educated me, sir. You have educated me.
Yeah, about gay frogs and shit.
Gay frog water. Check. Noted.
So, I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about. We can talk about how we should ban the Second Amendment, thanks to Super Fanboy Brian.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah. We'll see if he actually listens this far to see if he actually responds to it or not.
I gotcha. We hung out with Super Fanboy Brian this week, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we played we didn't play golf, but we were at a driving range, hit some balls.
Dude, the sickest driving range ever. It's like a video game, by the way.
Dude, it's made me really want to go back out and start playing, or at least just go to a driving range because I missed it, man. I have not played golf in over 10 years, and I was starting to get my swing back a little bit, and just...
Dude, you were killing it, bro. For real.
I missed it really bad, surprisingly.
And that place is the shit, dude. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
If you guys haven't been, I don't know, they might have different names everywhere, but it's called Top Golf by us, and they have all these giant holes out like far and different distances and everything.
Yeah.
And they have sensors, and it tracks your ball as you hit it, and like it's like a game. Like you have to get so many points or do this, you know, almost kind of like darts or whatever. And it's like a super chill environment. There's like couches and stuff, and there's food and drinks. Yeah. Dude, it was so nice. And like it's like a game. Like it was awesome. So Zuby and I and Fanboy Brian, we were there this week, and we were shagging some balls, as they say. It was pretty cool, man. We should go back for sure. I know we keep saying that, but we really should.
Yeah, no. I know you and I have plans to do it. We just gotta follow through and
lock it in.
Because we were talking about let's do it this Friday, but no, we got never bored. And then I was thinking about it the other day. Like, I'd almost be a little afraid to drink there if I wasn't on the ground floor. Because
the nets,
they do have nets that will catch you, but
it's like multi-story, right? Yeah. Like where you can tee off from. It's like a semicircle and it's multi-story, and it's all open. Like you presumably those like that they have it like Foxconn in China to keep the people that make your iPhone from jumping to their death. That's not funny. That's true. But they have those same nets.
So fucked up though.
It is. They have those same nets or like line all the Top Golf thing. Yeah. And dude, we talked about it, but like, people have fallen into those nets. Like, they have.
And I love when you look at the little rules, and one of the rules is no running starts at the tee.
Because how many people fucking Happy Gilmore that shit?
Oh, dude, have you ever tried to do that Happy Gilmore style?
So I've definitely tried. I've never really had much success, but a buddy of mine growing up, George, he can do it, and pretty well. I mean, I don't think it adds anything to his swing or to his distance, but he could totally fucking do it. Like he would sit out in his yard and practice that shit. So
it's I know I've done it before too and been able to get some distance, but it's my swing's nowhere near as good as when I do it normal. But it's funny to do. But I just found it funny that they had a no running start little thing, and they
had to put it out there because everybody ever is gonna get up there and do that bullshit.
Yeah.
You were killing it though, man. Like your shot was like dead on, man. Like you were picking it up quick. I, on the other hand, have an absolutely horrendous slice.
And dude, that's just practice. It's like I was saying, it was all starting to come back to me, and I haven't even thought about hitting a golf ball in forever. I think my farthest one, I know I got to the 200-yard hole at just one time, but I was constantly, just a bunch of times hitting like 180. And
absolutely.
But it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to go back and do it again. It was, dude, I just want to, I could just golf Like that's what we need to do one day, because I still got my golf clubs. I don't know if you still have golf clubs or not.
I don't, but I definitely know people I can borrow them from.
So we should, once we get our swings back and all that shit, we should just spend a whole freaking Saturday just freaking golfing.
I'm down with
drunk,
that.
Golf.
Do any of you guys out there, any listeners, golf? Let us know. vcrgamingpodcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that? That was clean, right?
And we could stream or just do little videos of us swinging. That's what we should have done, like taking videos of each other trying to swing.
It was pretty bad at first. There was a lot of misses.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was really bad.
Dude, we should have got a video of my awesome slice. I was turning myself to compensate for it. I was like standing diagonally to where you think I was hitting to the left, and it would still wouldn't go fully straight. I gotta work on that.
Yeah, it's just trying to not turn the club at the last second. It's like
I think I got a lot more wrong than that, bro.
Yeah.
but yeah, so anyways, yeah, Top Golf. If you have one, check it out. If not, Google it. It's like real. It's like AR, actual reality video game.
Ooh, I've never played
not
those.
Augmented reality, actual reality. And we had a good ass time. Matt, where can people reach you?
They can reach me on Twitter at Zubatron, Zubatron, and I've also got my Magic with Zuby podcast. That's all about Magic the Gathering. We've got some really exciting news about that too. I guess I can spoil it here.
Go on.
I'm still in talks with the tournament organizer, but I'm going to be officially featured at Grand Prix Dallas come the first weekend of May.
Official, like a whistle.
Official. So basically what will happen is if you catch me at Dallas and you play a game against me, I think you win a prize, essentially. Which won't be hard to do at all because I'm not very good at the game, all right?
Yeah, if you hung out in his stream earlier this week, you'd see me calling him out on that, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's a different format, all right? I'm not very good at EDH, but other formats, I'm even worse, all right?
Well, check Zuby out if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in May, and see if you can challenge him to a game of Magic. Yeah.
And then I've also got a contest starting on the podcast thanks to my sponsor. You're giving away what they call a bundle of the latest Magic the Gathering set this month, just to celebrate 25 years of Magic. And then I've also got a Dominaria spoiler card to announce. But by the time that this podcast episode comes out on the audio, you'll have seen my spoiler card for Magic, which is the first time because it's the company Wizards of the Coast is giving me a Magic card that no one else has seen except their design team and myself.
And Zuby. How cool is that, man? That's so badass, dude. Well, congrats with your success so far over there on your other podcast, man. It's pretty badass.
Yep. And I think that's about it for me. Where can they find you at?
You can reach me on the tweets at Killabeez2T. That's KILLABEEZZ, the number 2, the letter T. You can reach the show on the tweets is at VCR Gaming, Facebook /VCR Gaming, Instagram at VCR Gaming, vcrgamingpodcast.com. We are also on all of your favorite or whatever one you're forced to use podcasting platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or you can go to our website and get yourself the RSS feed and plug it into whatever app you use. Also, going to bring it right back. We got that announcement. Check us out. We're going to be on site at Neverboard Gaming in Spring Hill, Florida on April the 6th, Friday. Check us out. It starts at 7. We will be there a little bit beforehand, I'm sure, to set up and everything. Come check us out. Come check them out, and see if you want to enter in any of their tournaments, and talk to us. And we will bring you guys that content as well. So if anybody's wondering what it's like to be a tournament hoster, or you have a venue or somebody that owns a venue like this, or how they work, or how they got into it, we are going to ask those questions for you.
Yep.
Because that's just the kind of dudes we are.
Yeah, I'm excited
And
about it.
that is it, Matt. I'm stoked, man. This is cool. We're gonna do more of these, like I said. This is our first one. So, all right. Anything else from you, sir?
Nope, that is it for me.
All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. And as always, we will see you guys next week.